Hellfire Hobbs and his Brimstone Brood. Apocalypse. Awakening. Millionaire evangelical Douglas Rumpton preaches child abuse, domestic violence, and marital rape. And his congregation approve. Lucifer has plans for Rump and proclaims himself first advisor. He grooms the bogus, born-again preacher to enter politics and uses subliminal programming to incite violence, racism, and gender disparity on his media network, Wolf. Rumpton openly conspires with Russian dictator Putin to interfere with the election, and that's how a millionaire mortician with zero experience can rig an election and become the President of the United States of America. His first commandment, White's Rule, is enforced by executive decree. Police and citizen enforcers are ordered to exterminate all non-whites. Public beatings become the norm. Citizens are arrested and sent to POW camps. Uncountable millions swarm the famous billion-dollar border wall and knock it down with a good shove. Mexico welcomes everyone. And the fiesta begins. Rumpton loses the next election and refuses to accept the results. He schemes with Putin and proclaims himself Emperor of Neo-America. His biker chick advisor, Mad Dog Margie, suggests a plan to reinstate firing squads. Rump celebrates her idea by shooting anyone who disagrees. Vice President Quince flees for his life and calls out the National Guard. Battalions of young mothers block access to their emperor with their own babies. Rumpton commands his homeland boys to attack Washington. The Emperor's troops march on DC, howling for blood, but they are so stupid it takes 2,500 of them to erect a gallows for Vice President Quince. Jealous of her growing power, the thugs test the rope by hanging Mad Dog Margie. Margie appoints herself High Priestess of the zombie Mad Dog Militia, who attack the Capitol building, hunting down the newly elected president and her family so they can eat them. The barricades fail, the zombies appear to be winning and very hungry. Suddenly, everything stops. A haunting song fills the air. They all march toward the White House. Crimson is inside the gate, singing her succubus song. She reaches through the metal bars. Her touch reduces Mad Dog Margie and her zombie militia to dust. And her song knocks out the Homeland mob. The Emperor struts out. Lucifer walks at his side, proudly visible. Lucifer sees Crimson at the gate. Swamped by a flood of memories, his vision blurs. His step falters. He flashes back to his life as Sam Yazin, when his DNA first created Eve and her son, Adam. He flashes back to Crimson teaching him to manipulate reality. Then he flashes to the rape of Hellfire's bride. Lucifer cringes to remember she is actually his daughter, whose DNA cube he stole so long ago. And that shape-shifting demon, Douglas Rumpton, is Lucifer's very own Satan-spawned son, Dugan Hobbs. One zombie climbs the fence. Dugan recognizes the wife he chopped into bits and fed to his hounds years ago. Reeling in shame and guilt, Lucifer throws out his hand. Lightning flies from his fingers and Death's fiery pit splits open the grassy lawn. Tulip grabs Dugan with clawed fingers and kisses him with rotting lips. She wraps her arms and legs around him and throws herself into the pit. His high-pitched shriek follows them down. Grass returns. All that's left is a small sinkhole. Dark thunderclouds roll back. Starship Apocalypse materializes in a blue sky, a tiny speck above the White House. A platoon of Anunnaki eagles beam down to the lawn beside the Rose Garden. The eagles are decked out in battle armor, but are singing songs of peace and freedom. In an event later known as the Awakening, Fleet Admiral Anu makes an electrifying speech from a massive view screen in the sky. Her transmission feeds simultaneously to all corners of the world. Anu introduces Mtron, her transhuman pilot. He and Anu have been guardians of Earth for eons. Mtron reluctantly gives them the bad news. Earth is dying. Mankind has used her resources up. He tells them not to panic. It's only a matter of time before Nibiru collides with Earth. Nibiru returns to our sector every 3,600 years. It's causing all the flooding, volcanic activity, extreme weather, and outbreaks of violence, and nothing can be done. Weenie disagrees. She helps herself to the Guardian Stone and teleports to the Dark Knight satellite. She alerts the Anunnaki officers to transport a team to her grandmother on the dark side of the moon. Von Daniken. Rainy day. And Betty and Barney Hill gather in a cyclic circle with Anu and Mtron and help Weenie link Akasha to the Dark Knight's shield, Weenie locks Nibiru into orbit around Sol. Jumpstarts Nibiru's Genesis program, and the ancient planet is reborn. A huge explosion blows the Dark Knight into oblivion. In etheric form, Weenie appears with Hellfire and Lucifer by her side. She appoints a team to direct the exodus from dying Earth to reborn Nibiru. She gives them pieces of the Guardian Stone to remember her by, and tells them to be proud who look like them. Lucifer waggles his fingers and everything blurs. When the team regain their vision, the trio have vanished. Anna looks out the wall screen and gasps. I see Lucifer still has a sense of humor. They all turn. She points to a new constellation next to the Big Dipper. My courageous granddaughter, Anu says proudly. Rowena the human